Ba-da-ba-da. Hello everybody! Once again we start another stream of Higurashi. Tatarigoroshi-hen. Curse killing arc. We start off from the end of chapter 2, aka chapter 3. Everything seemed like it was going nice. Everything seemed like it was going well. Nothing seemed bad. We're really close to Sadako, and, everything's nice. Oh, really? Your parents came home, huh? They smelled like energy drinks and their eyes were all bloodshot. They said they had a crazy amount of stuff to do and were up 2 whole nights in a row. Adults have it tough. I've never pulled 2 all-nighters, and I'm terrified of the fact that that may happen someday, and I just don't.
Your dad is an artist, right? They really do have it rough.
Come to think of it, he was, wasn't he? I would very much like to see what kind of things he draws sometime. An artist, huh? I'd seen a number of watercolor and acrylic paintings on display, but he had been doing some other job too. Just what did Dad do exactly? He didn't let anyone into his workshop after all. I wanted to sneak a peek one day. So, the house is empty for 2 days after all that? That didn't leave much time. So, Kachan, did you manage to go after the character who was in your heart? The absence of parents is a must-have for Arrow protagonists.
He built up a lot of relationship points and raised all the right flags.
I have no idea what any of you are talking about. I know exactly what they're talking about, and to which point, Rika, how do you know about that? And also, Lena, I know you're sweet, but he wasn't cooking for himself, so it's okay. And also, fucking Mion, damn it.
That means you don't need to cook for yourself anymore, Kate-kun. What did you make last night?
In the end, I didn't make a single thing myself. Last night's dinner's, well, it was vegetable stir-fry. Wow! Kei-chan, you can make a little bit of real cooking now, huh?
You made vegetable stir-fry? Did it come out good? Did it?
Rena-san, you're being unpleasant. Why are you clinging to me?
A delicious meal and friendly dishwashing together.
Oh, how nice! Hey, I said you're being unpleasant! Huh? What are you talking about? Mion, utterly confused, asked me for clarification, but I just barely, albeit transparently, averted my eyes. Just like, right. Does anyone have plans for this afternoon? You don't, do you? Do you? Today was Saturday, the beautiful day on which we liberated from the confines of school in the afternoon. Actually, the school in Hinamizawa had slightly different Saturdays than those in the city. There were a lot of students here who bought a bento, ate it at lunch, and then went to play in the school or around the schoolyard. You could say the entire school turned into a children's playground. There were mountains behind the school, and if you went down that way, you'd find mountain streams. You could avoid strong sunlight and make conversation in the classroom if you wanted to. You could also play hide and seek in the construction pipes. That doesn't sound safe. Of course, you're free to go home as well. There were some kids who went home and helped water the fields or tended to stores. If Mion was bringing up the afternoon like this, then that must have been some crazy big club event. However, sadly, I had something I needed to do before taking part in whatever it was.
You have work? That's unlucky.
I wonder what kind of work it is. Maybe helping his father with his artwork job.
Or being a model for his father's art? Model? A nude one?
I looked into Rena's eyes and saw myself completely naked in a questionable pose with a single rose in my mouth. No, I wouldn't do that for 1,000,000 yen. To get rid of Rena's delusions, I grabbed her head and swung her from side to side.
Oh, stop!
Sorry. Leaving your fanciful delusions aside, I have something to do real quick during lunch. I'm okay to meet up with you after I'm done, though. Well, work during lunch? I see. That sounds kind of cool, actually. What could it be? Are you having a banquet with VIP experts? Like a business lunch? This is truly sad, but you're right. What? Everyone shouted wildly, surprised. It's not true. You're fucking deluding them. I have food. Let me guess. I have to go home. It was true. Today I'd be on the job with my family. For my dad's job, he was having about 10 people from the publishing agency over for a house party. He called people from work for a party the day after having stayed up 2 nights in a row. I'm amazed at their vitality. Adults have it pretty rough. Of course, it would be incredibly uncomfortable for me. It'd be real tiring to have to force myself to smile at some old dudes I didn't know. But they were my dad's important business connections, so offending them would be bad. Well, with all that said, it was going to be very, very uncomfortable for me today, starting at lunch. Well, what's an intelligent child? This is my son, Keiichi. Keiichi, this is Beep-san from Beep. And this person here is Beep-san from the Beep Manager. Say your hellos. Hello, my name is Keiichi. I appreciate all you've done for my father. Keiichi-kun, do you draw pictures like your father does? I would very much like to see them. My dad had such a brazen occupation, that of an artist. Although I don't really know what kinds of things he creates. I don't really care. I don't want to see anyway. Dad's so tight-fisted about it, so he doesn't show them to me very often anyway. I'm not a kid anymore, so I wouldn't care at all if they were pictures of naked ladies or anything. If you study on your father as an apprentice, you'd be able to become a great artist like him too. Excuse me. This is best between you and me, but my dad, is he really that great of an artist? I readied myself and whispered my question. It might have seemed odd for his son to be asking this, but when I did, he gave me this really strange grin and tightly clamped down on my shoulders. Yes! He's truly a fantastic artist! Is that so? I'm glad to hear it. There's no purchase restrictions, he does fan service, and he always answers the letters he gets. He has an inquisitive mind, always on the prowl for what the world needs. Taking off your socks? Absolutely not! And that goes for glasses and school uniforms, too! Maibara-sensei understands these things perfectly! Every event sees him along the wall with a huge lineup. I'm sorry, but his pictures, they're not ones you hang on the wall? Not at all! In the beginning, everyone starts in the islands. Then to their corners, and finally climbing up to the corners to the larger paths. The final destination is the famous wall! You too, please become a great artist who can display his works in unison with Maibara-sensei. I'll cheer you on. It's fine to have a lot of passions for things you like, but I don't get it. But it would seem that the world of art ran pretty deep. He's a doujin artist! That is... Maibara-san! No! It's probably a much deeper world than I could have imagined. I decided to leave it at that. Then I realized my mom was calling for me from the other side of the room. Mom, save me.
Keiichi, it's the phone. It's a friend of yours.
A lucky break. Maybe I could get out of this uncomfortable business party by having a friend's phone call as an excuse. Scampered over to the front door and snatched up the receiver my mom had left there. Hello? It's me.
Hello, it's me. It's not how you answer the phone, Keiichi-san. I implore you, learn how to choose your words more properly.
I was of the opinion that the person speaking to me is a far stranger way of talking. Ah, it's Sadako. It's unusual for you to call me at my house.
This isn't the time for pleasantries. Keiichi-san, when are you going to be able to come?
Sorry. Looks like this is going to be a bit long. I can't get them to let me go. I want to go do things at the club now, but...
That's not it, Keiichi-san. It wasn't about the club today. It's a real battle.
Sadako's voice was different than normal. I could feel the urgency in it drifting through the phone. A real battle? That doesn't sound good. What's the situation?
I will explain the particulars when we meet. Anyway, this is a terrible crisis. At this rate, we're going to lose.
What on earth was going on? Could it have been a fight? I didn't know who they were, but laying a hand on someone from Hinamizawa was an absolutely terrible idea. Right, got it. I'll come and reinforce you right away. Where are you at?
We're on the Okiyamiya Elementary School campus. There's signs at the station, so you should be able to figure it out. Anyway, we're in a huge hurry.
The school campus? The situation had a lot of people involved. Could have turned into an all-out brawl? Who is the enemy here, anyway? Oh, I'm on fire! Got it! I'll be there soon. Should I bring a weapon with me? Like a metal baseball bat or something?
You have a metal bat? That would be fantastic! We'll wait for you here.
The call cut off abruptly. I need to hurry.
Oh, Keiichi, I was looking for you.
Beep sound is from Beep looking for a photocopy of... Now's not the time. Don't we have a bat? A metal bat? If not, then there's anything long will do. If anything long will do, then my golf clubs are in the storage room. I didn't have that kind of impact, but a golf club was a splendid weapon, too. It was lighter than a baseball bat and much easier for me to use. Thanks, I'm borrowing one. I really need to go see my friends for something. It's urgent. Sorry. Keiichi, wait a minute! I need your baseball club to beat the fuck out of some shadows. Beat the fuck out of some miscreants. Either way, I'm gonna sound terrible. I grabbed the golf club, jumped on my bike, and headed straight for town. Wait for me, Sadako. I'll be right there. Just hold on until then. I didn't actually know where Okiyama Elementary was exactly, but Sadako's phone call seemed to demand urgency, so I rushed out without asking her about how to get there. But if I went to the station, there would be signs. At least I feel like that's what she said. Then I heard the jingling of a bicycle bell from behind me. Rika!
Hello there.
Hey! Rika-chan!
Keiichi, you came quickly. You put the pedal to the metal.
Damn! This isn't the time to be out of breath. I need to hurry! Sorry. Where is Okiyama Elementary?
I'll show you the way. Come along with me.
Rika-chan rode off on her bike. I followed her. Sadako suddenly called me out here, but what on earth is going on anyway?
At first, we had the advantage. However, they called in a helper. It's bad manners.
A helper? What cowards calling for reinforcements the minute they realize they'd lose?
They're taking everyone out, one by one. You can't put a dent in them.
Sounds like they were pretty strong. Anyway, I'll ask about it later. We don't have time, right? Please, hurry!
Leave it to me.
With Rika-chan leading the way, we headed straight for the elementary school grounds. I asked Rika something during that time. It seemed that all the club members besides me were part of this fight. Damn, so what Mion was trying to tell everyone was that this would happen? If I had known that, I would have just ditched my family job. It was too late for regrets. According to Rika-chan, we had one-sided advantage at the start, but angry foes had brought in a powerful ally. Club members put up a resistance and went against them one by one. But apparently they couldn't stand up to them. Combined efforts of the whole club couldn't win? Just what kind of monster is this guy?
He's amazing. This enemy is orthodox.
Orthodox? So they weren't using sluggish brawling tactics, but actually study karate or something? Is that what she meant?
Keiichi is our last ray of hope now.
Okiyama Elementary came into view. I could hear many voices raising hell over there. Whoa! Mion! Rena! Satoko! I'll be there soon! I'll crush them at once! There were a lot of bicycles left out in front of the school. I left mine next to them in the same way. I could tell there were a lot of people flooding the campus. Were the two armies in the midst of a huge, no-holds-barred brawl? I took my golf club in hand. Whoosh! I swung it. I felt the sensation of it sticking firmly to my palm. Great! The feedback wasn't bad! I'm gonna go all out with this thing. Dashed at the breakneck speed to the school gate, swinging it around. Come with me, Rika-chan! I'll show you what the mighty, manly warrior Keiichi Marabara can really do!
Wow. Keiichi, you're so reliable. You're going to rampage with a golf club.
Rika-chan applauded me, though a little dryly, lauding my valiance.
Pachi, 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 pachi.
The manly Keiichi Marabara put it behind him and headed for the place where he may die.
But Keiichi, why did you bring a golf club today?
I had no choice. At first, I figured a baseball bat would have been good, but we didn't have one in my house. Golf club is far better than going barehanded, so I brought one.
How very excellent. I will give you a pat on the head. I can't wait to see you golf club rampage.
Despite the emergency situation, Rika-chan reached up and stroked me on the head. Hey! It's no time for jokes. Huh? Krang! Just then, an extremely loud metallic sound rang out, and I heard many people cheering. It's baseball. Left! Ah, we missed! Run! You can get to second base, go! Center! Calm down! Send it to the third! Center fielder caught the ball, and after a brief pause, sent it flying to third base. If he had pitched it wildly, it might get there. If he had gave up on second and threw it to third with time to spare, the instructions from the bench, they were solid. Wait, what?
Oh, Keiichi-kun's here! Sadako-chan! Keiichi-kun's here!
You're late! Loafing around is only okay when you're in the bread shop. Loafing around, Hey! It's here! This Maibara-kun kid. Will he really save us? We're up against the ace of Oshimi left arm Kameta-kun. He beat a Koshin class pitcher. He must be a god.
It's okay. I'm sure that Keiichi-kun can turn the tables. He's a really dependable person.
He says, holding a base while Keiichi holds a goddamn fucking golf club. What? He's in the pinch hitter, about to take it out. Left arm Kameda with his bullet fastball? The one who had no hit in the game after another during the regional qualifiers? The undefeated demon pitcher of Oshima? The super high school level pitcher. Ah, you can't do that! Not when his name is so close to Komaida! A super high school level pitcher. That had already been marked by professional scouts. He's going to win against him? Some greenhorn pitcher like that is no match for Kate-san. He'll send his throws all the way to the back screen for an easy victory. There was a slugger like that in this prefecture? I had no idea. He must have gone under the radar. Hey, Beep-san from Hashi-san stood up. Hey, take a picture! His full name is Keiichi Marabara. Look him up in the database and send his history to our office. Which one is Keiichi Marabara? Pictures! A whole lot of sports journalists, led by Sadako, gripped their cameras tightly and searched for the rumored Keiichi Marabara. As for me, I was so dazed at what was happening that I froze in place with my golf club in the air. Keiichi-san, over here! The camera people stared at me through their viewfinders, and just like I had, they turned to stone. In the hands of their gallant pitch hitter, Keiichi Marabara was golf club. No one seemed to understand why I was holding something like this. And at this point, neither did I. Cheep. Cold, greasy sweat dripped from me. First one to break the inordinate, awkward silence was Rena. Kate-kun? Yeah? May we ask you a question? Please don't. Psych waves on my end filled out of my face along with my sweat. It somehow seemed to reach the two of them. The deathly quiet reporters all parted, as Moses once parted the sea. But Moses probably didn't go through the parted seas this quietly. If you were playing baseball, then tell me that from the start! What? Did I not say that? I mean, I told you to come to campus with a baseball bat. What else could you thought it was? And what manner of thinking caused you to mistakenly bring a golf club here instead? I think Keiichi-kun must have done it on purpose to lighten our moods and get us all pumped up, I think. Rena smiled bitterly, covered for me with all her might. Please believe her, everyone. I'm begging you. Keiichi loves golf. Pet. Rika-chan started petting my head, a broad grin on her face all the while. I pushed her hand away, grabbed her from behind by her suspenders, and picked her up like a kitten. Meep. Rika-chan! Why didn't you tell me it was a baseball game when we met at the station? I wouldn't have to suffer such a disgrace. Meepa. Rika-chan's smile was like the sun. So incredibly innocent. Ugh, she's glowing. When I saw Rika-chan's radiant smile, I couldn't help but feel like I could forgive anything she did. However, if Rika-chan thought I actually would, then she had another thing coming. Anyway, this is your punishment. Rena? Meep. Rika-chan still plucked up in my hand. I offered her to Rena. That's right. The kitten-fied Rika-chan sent Rena's voltage into overcharge. Oh! I'll take her! Rena will take her! Oh! So cute! Hop. Spin. Rena stuck out her tongue like a chameleon and preyed upon Rika-chan while spinning her around. Rika-chan's so cute! Oh! Meep, meep. Rena held her tight as a vice and began to give her full of rubbing her cheek into Rika-chan's, their cheek rubbing together tightly. Rika-chan's face, it looked like it was being crushed by Rena's. I do not know what has happened, but it looks like Rika's just gotten her just desserts. Yeah. I recently found out that Rika-chan isn't only cute. Oh, I got Keiichi-kun's permission. I'm gonna take you home. For the moment, I just gave her a 3-minute timeout. By the way, Sadako, that urgent call was for a baseball game? Yes, that's correct. You said you had a house party with your family. I suppose I was wrong to ask, but at times of troubles like these, you obviously must prioritize friends over family. I feel like that's what I was supposed to be saying, not you. Well, it's just a business party for my dad, I guess. I honestly feel glad to be called out here. So, what's the crazy situation look like? 6 or 7? Which means our team is losing, huh? 2 off from the bottom of the 9th? What the heck? This game is almost about to end! We would have had a little more time if you'd gotten here sooner! Do you have any idea how difficult it was for us to hold out sorry. Okay, so, what am I doing? I'm gonna be the pinch hitter. Just leave it to me. I may not look it, but I went to batting cages a lot before I moved here. My dad went there for fun, and I used to go with him pretty often. I'm pretty confident with just hitting the bat with the ball, but a tremendous sound rang out, the likes of which I had never heard before. The catcher's mitt trembled, sending a light cloud of dust, telling me the tremendous sound had come from the ball. Hey, now, wait a sec. What's up with that crazy fastball, anyway?
Surprised? Yeah. That's a bona fide Koshien level pitcher. Don't you know about left arm Komida-kun, the ace of Oshima?
Sorry, can't say I do. Wait, Mion? What happened to you? Mion showed up. To my surprise, she was wrapped up in bandages. What on earth happened?
Well, you came late, so I guess we need to explain from the beginning.
Oh, down with Rika-chan?
Yep. I had a lot of fun and she's so cute. She's so soft and fluffy and squishy. Oh, I heard just your chicks the day. I can't get married anymore.
I wonder how Rika-chan's taste if you eat them 3 times a day. Star. Almost flipped my own disillusion switch, but I put it at a stop using logic. I was an adult. Okay, explain away. How did things get screwed up enough for this Koshien relief pitcher ended up in the baseball game for fun? Everyone exchanged glances, then Rena spoke for all of them.
At first, well, it was just a normal baseball game.
It was nothing much, just a little grudge match between the Hinamizawa fighters and the Okiyamiya Titans. We're just having a grand old time, really nothing much. Well, in simpler terms, it was an intramural match. A match to settle the grudge between Hinamizawa and Okiyamiya. You say grudge, but it's all pretty peaceful and friendly. So why is our whole club part of it? Some of you are wearing uniforms and some aren't. Last I checked, we weren't the school's baseball team.
That is, it was pretty irresponsible.
They happened to have some players who couldn't make it today. They were pretty down in the dumps, so we ended up getting involved post-haste. I see. So if there weren't enough members, anyone could come to the rescue, whether boy or girl, no matter what grade they were in. That jumbled together feeling was the hallmark of our school. But Rika-chan told me that we were crushing them at the beginning.
Mia's the amazing batter. She was hitting home runs out left and right.
Mion proudly stuck out her chest. Doing so seemed to hurt her somehow, and she groaned pathetically.
Yes! Every time Mion-san went up to bat, she hit a home run and brought everyone on the bases in. Unlike Sadako, she actually hit the ball.
Suzuka!
Meep.
Alright, I think I got the gist of it. So you were having a pretty easy time until this Koshien pitcher showed up. That's right, it was all us at the beginning. Maybe we didn't get all that many points, but we were always getting people on the bases.
And Kameda-kun from the Oshima just happened to show up and watch the game today.
Oshima is apparently a fairly well-known school in our prefecture that frequently sent people to Koshien. And that man, known as the ace of their baseball team, Kamida, seemed to be quite skilled. Now that I thought about it, it was certainly strange to see cameramen with journalist armbands here to watch a casual baseball game out in the sticks like this.
I heard that when Kamida was little, he was on the Okiyamiya Titans.
You figured it out, right? His old team was losing, so that's why he jumped in as a relief pitcher and took the mound. That was just terrible. He can't even hit any foul balls, much less anyone on a base. But still, Koshien pitcher barging in, it's unfair. We were just playing for fun. All the boys were wearing the Hinamizawa fighter uniforms were hanging their heads in disappointment. I knew almost all their faces. Isn't everyone here a classmate? Oh, I see. We're the only school in Hinamizawa, after all. Oh, it's Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun. You're on the baseball team, too? I bought a son. His uniform is brand new and not very fresh off the presses. Dirty fresh off the presses. I see handmade banners with their names written on for them in the grandstands. I see their families came to root for them in their debut game today.
Okamura said he just got his bat today as a present from his dad.
Brand new bat sparkled. That kind of present a man just has to perform well. He practiced swinging a whole lot just for today. Tomita, well, he went too far and he tore the skin off his hand. See? Fortunately. His tore hand looked like it hurt, but that injury, you could sense his backbone. I get it, guys. You wanted to make your big moment a good one. The savior of the Okimiya Titans, we could hear the sounds of Kamida-kun's tremendous fastball practice. This was no joke. He was definitely on a level far above high school kids, but at his level, he clearly shouldn't have been interrupting a grass lock game grudge match, though may it have been. He should have understood how much better he was too. This guy, is he being serious against opponents like these?
Yep. Rena thinks he's immature.
Rena's eyes grew harsh. It took a lot to get Rena mad. As for Tomita-kun and Okamoto-kun, they were sniffling, fighting back tears. We heard another tremendous noise from the Met. Turned around, and this left-arm Kameda-kun guy was looking at us and grinning boldly. Anyway, that's how it is. Now it's come to this. We have no choice. We have to engage in real battle. Yeah, looks like we have to get serious.
Yep, and then we tried getting serious, but then Michan went out with a bang.
Mion, embarrassed, scratched her head, then a moment later doubled over in pain. Went out with a bang, but how on earth did she end up getting injured like this? It would take a really long time to explain. The only thing I can say is that she came up empty even though she pushed herself that hard. I risked my life and I couldn't even get 1 point.
Our secret plan did nothing. Now we're very sad.
I couldn't even imagine what sort of secret plan it was, but it must have been crazy enough to get her that badly hurt. Still, though, I'm guessing that they were trying to get a ball. I don't know enough about baseball. Still, though, we're still playing baseball thanks to you failing, right?
Yep. Maybe Michan's last resort wasn't very baseball-like, I think.
Don't say that. We have no other recourse now, do we? It means we need to settle the score front and center, in a matter befitting a baseball game. Ah, shit. That's right. You have to settle it like baseball. Okay, good. There was nothing in there. I think normal people would have given up and gone for a frontal attack. But as a member of our club, I wasn't about to accept that so easily. Like baseball? I don't know. If we look at it like a baseball game, then we can't be picky, can we?
Well, it is our club's creed, after all.
And that's correct! We can't be picky. That's the virtue of our club. Rena and Sadako laughed to each other delightfully. It wasn't really a virtue we could brag about, but the best thing about our club was that we never rolled over and gave up.
But the cameras are all watching very closely, so it would be hard to cheat.
Nika-chan spread her arms wide, indicating the array of reporters in the bleachers. She was right. With all those cameramen watching us through those cameras with giant telephoto lens, foul play would be fairly tough. That's right. That's the bottleneck. Everyone's eyes are on us. We can't be too bold. Oh.
I never did think Michan's way was very ladylike, though.
Sadako and Nika-chan both nodded behind Rena. What did you do, Mion? Let's get down to business. To defeat Okimiya! Our team is down 1 run right now.
Plus, it's the bottom of the 9th, and we already have 2 outs.
If this old man's plan had gone better, we'd have our bases loaded right about now. There's no repent for planting a failed plan. Our club never loses heart. It always goes on the next one. Sadako said eagerly, trying to cheer up the downcast Mion, whose secret plan had failed. It may have failed, but Sadako seemed to have another. Doesn't involve me. I bet it involves me. Sadako, you seem pretty cheerful, which means you got something up your sleeve, eh?
Keiichi-kun, who do you think she is? It's Sadako-chan, you know? Sadako Hojo-chan.
That was right. She called her Master Sadako, didn't we? She would ensnare her opponent at the perfect moment, the very end. Everyone in our club knew that we could never let our guards down against Sadako. I may have taught her, but she's grown a lot and doesn't seem to want to stop. Sometimes even I'm astonished at how she overcomes such slim margins.
By the way, me bats nets, then Sadako.
You were losing by 1 point, so if we could get the next runner on a base, then the runner after that could hit a big one and end the match. And that final batter was Sadako?
See? You feel like we can win now, right?
I can't imagine what she's got set up. but it's gotta be some kind of trap for sure. If I were the opposing pitcher, I'd definitely walk her. There's no way Sadako was gonna hit a home run, even in my dreams. But if she's going to stand in the batter's box normally, without any kind of plan, I can't think of anything else she could do. And the fact that you called me here, I see. I think I know where this is going. Meant that I was a necessary piece of Sadako's trap.
I'm excited. I wonder what Sadako will do. I can't wait to see Sadako's walk-off home run either.
Ket-chan is indispensable for this. Understand? This is our last chance at creating an upset. Absolutely cannot fail. Right. That much I know for sure. Just watch. Sadako and I will give you all front row seats to the greatest turnaround victory of all time!
Then I'll explain your instructions, Kate-san. When we are here for a moment.
Sadako and I huddled in a hidden place, held a briefing that anyone watching could tell was suspicious. I wonder what Maibara and Hojo are talking about. I pray it's not some crazy trick like the one the president used. Our teammates, Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun, seemed very nervous. Then I gave them a wide smile, trying to dispel their anxiety.
It'll be okay, everyone. Sadako-chan and Keiichi-kun will be able to pull this out for us.
Well, Ryugu-san, we're up against a Koshien pitcher. I don't even know if Sadako's perhaps will be much good. Now everyone be silent and watch. You're going to get to see an interesting game. Beyond, who knew everything about to transpire, looked like she was having a hard time stifling the laughter bubbling within her. She was so terrifying as an enemy, but so reliable as an ally. Mion waved her hands at the umpire. We've got a pitch hitter. I'm Mion Sonozaki. I'm switching out with Keiichi Marabara. Are you sure you'll be alright? The umpire turned an uneasy gaze at the pinch hitter, who had jumped in with a golf club.
Don't underestimate Keiichi-kun now.
The members of our clubs were the only ones grinning with wholehearted confidence. To be totally fair, I can't play baseball at all. I can't play much of any sport except for maybe badminton. I'm decently good at badminton. I can keep a good volley going. I mean, I did it years ago. I'd have to get back in the way of it. Sadako's plan was definitely simple, but superfluous. It even looked like the entire situation had gone according to our calculations. The fact that we were losing by 1 point, the fact that I had come late, the fact that Sadako was the last batter. It even felt kind of like this had been set up before the game started. There had been a lot of time since I got here, and during that time the opposing pitcher, Kamida-kun, took a bathroom break. Even that felt complicated. No, this was Sadako we're talking about, so maybe she made him drink controlled laxatives to get him to use the bathroom at that exact moment, and while he was a long way off, shut up in the bathroom, our plan would begin. The opposing pitcher, Kamida-kun, there he was, in front of the urinal, pleasantly taking care of business. He thought it was only natural he'd win a grass lock game like this, and relax enough to relieve himself without a care in the world. Maybe that was supposed to be his appeal. However, his relaxed state was itself our chance. Right now, you've already conceded to our club. I too casually walked into the bathroom. There were 3 urinals. Kamida-kun was doing his business on the farthest one. I went to the one next to him. Normally, he would leave one urinal open. Kamida-kun seemed to notice me. I'd stood right next to him, after all. Look who it is! It's the big pinch hitter! He recalled seeing me swing the golf club around like an idiot, and he couldn't seem to resist the urge to laugh. I, however, wasn't frustrated in the silence. The match had already been won the moment I arrived. The game had been decided as a big upset for our team. So now, all I had to do was push things along exactly how Sadako planned. I'm the one who should be laughing.
I wonder if Keiichi-kun can do it.
He will be fine. When Keiichi-san is serious, he can do this much before breakfast. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun, our underclassmen, asked another question with much trepidation. Is Maribara-san really going to be able to beat that pitcher? You don't feel any confidence in Kei-chan after being in the same class with him? Someday he could be strong enough to control all of humanity. Join Kei-chan, and you could easily rule the world. Neon-san! The world? Sorry, I chose a bad time to try and snack on something. My teammates exchanged glances. Did Maribara-sensei really have such incredible strength? Just what kind of strength could that be? It's the strength of words, my friend. My question caused Kamita-kun to stare in bewilderment, and for a moment he didn't know what to say. Sorry, I don't think I heard you right. Could you say that again? I smiled thinly, looking straight ahead, and said once more clearly. I'll say it one more time. Let us win. Right to the point. No threats, or beating around the bush, or anything. Kamita-kun couldn't figure out the meaning of what I said, and I could clearly tell he was confused. What, you some kind of moron? Let you win! Are you insane? I've relayed our demands. What's your reply? Yes? Or no? It goes without saying. Like hell I'll let you win. Is your brain broken? Kamita didn't hide his bewilderment. He didn't want to be around someone who would babble on like this for another second. Those thoughts spilled into his expression and quickly moved to leave the bathroom. Kamita-kun, what does victory mean for you? It's a dumb question. Priceless. Absolute supremacy. Nothing else can change it. He grinned lightly, as if he answered as if to make fun of me. How like a sportsman to say that. Victory decides all. No one can change that. Of course not. No matter what kind of threats or bribes you come to me with, there's nothing valuable enough to make me abandon victory. I was waiting for those words. After spinning around 3.5 times, pointed right at Kamita's face. Then don't you think you should ask? Something worth abandoning your precious victory for. What kind of compensation you could be given? What are you saying, stupid? There's nothing that could make me do that. He was denying it, but he stopped. He stopped! He was waiting. He was waiting for me to present some attractive conditions. In a magazine interview, you said your favorite food was grilled meat, and you don't like sweets. But you lied about that, didn't you? What? For example, say you went to a grilled meat buffet. What exactly would be on your plate? Pork? Pork loin? Korean barbecue? A pile of beef tongue? That wouldn't be it. You wouldn't bring meat with you. It'd be all the pudding and gelatin and cake you could eat. The kinds a girl would love. Pretty, cute, and sweet. You love Western treats like that, don't you? Kamita's face turned utterly pale. Our club already knew that he ate a mountain of desserts when he went into the grilled meat buffet. And we were well aware of his embarrassment as weakness of sweets despite his age. Kamita-kun couldn't possibly have known that a particular grilled meat buffet chain in Shishibone was owned by a member of the Sonozaki family. I'll have to be careful when I go out to eat with my parents from now on. No, I love the hearty bone and... No, what you like is gentle, soft, cute piles of desserts topped with colorful creams. It almost makes you think of a girl, adorned in frills and ribbons, pure, innocent of shame, cute desserts like those girls, so clear and clean. And with your actin-laden face, your sports cut, and your lust in full display, you sully them. Crunch, crunch, munch, munch. Ah, shut up! That's right. You eat desserts, but you don't love them. You just dirty them, violate them, chew them. All you do is relish in the enjoyment of soiling them. Ah, please no more. My secret pleasure's been found out. Don't go on living. I have to die. You idiot, don't end your life so easily, curse Slam. I hit him in the side of the head as hard as I could. Kamita-kun fell down like a girl. His eyes started watering and he broke down. I'm probably the only one in the world who thinks those things while they're eating desserts. Nothing but a pervert pretending to be a proper sportsman. That's right, you're a pervert. Whooshy! This time I didn't hit him. Instead, I clapped my hands down his shoulders. Don't cry, Kamita. What's wrong with a man being a pervert? Dun-dun! Huh? A man ought to be a pervert, but admitting it sets a man apart from those below him. You've been honest to yourself. You can brag about that. You can be arrogant about that. You can be proud of yourself. Instead of blaming him, I took him to have pride in himself. And Kamita couldn't hide his confusion. Yes, I have been deeply moved by what you've shown me. Desserts are nothing but sweet foods eaten after meals. That's what I had thought this whole time. But I was mistaken. And you showed me that. Thanks to you, I can starting tomorrow, I can enjoy my desserts in a completely different way. For example, strawberry shortcake. Strawberry shortcake. Kamita's throat cried out. The simplicity of strawberry shortcake. Indeed, it's something old-fashioned, like the orthodox maids from the gaudy times of the late 1800s. Not those flirty maids with short skirts we have now. An orthodox, fully dressed, authentic maid. It's just strawberries, but please, master, I could not have prepared any more than this. Please give them a taste. That kind of honesty is unbelievably great. Please give them a taste. It's such a turn on. Turn on. God, this makes me feel dirty. Hi! Shit. Because there are only strawberries, the soft accented cream decoration ends up looking like frills, lace, and embroidery. And she takes it and splits it with her fork for her master, an elegant aristocrat. No, it'd be wilder if she took it and sucked it vulgarly, like her bad master in his greedy sweat. No, more than that. The dent in the strawberry after plucking it, isn't that even better? And you let your tongue crawl over it? What kind of taste must that be? But after you pick the strawberry, I can't hold it in anymore. I'll go to Angel Mort on the way home and make a shortcake into my plaything all I want. The girl is dressed up beautifully just for me. I'll draw even closer to the trembling maidens, and then one by one I'll show them. For every one I eat, I hold my jaw tight, just like this. I praise the goods, wondering which to eat next. Please translate girls as cake, alright? Keiichi-kun seems to be talking about cake combination platters, emphasis mine! As if I'm showing off. I hold my jaw tightly like this and... Has there ever been a man such as this who could speak so passionately about a single piece of strawberry shortcake? No, there was not. There's not. There's never been, I say. His dad's a doujin artist and he's a goddamn pervert. Alright, fair enough. It seems only appropriate. Such passionate feelings are trying to melt away the stubbornness in Kamida's mind. Kamida, I'll say it one more time. Let us win. But that would... Then fine, I won't rely on you. I rejected Kamida outright and turned on my heel. Enough! We've lost this game, it's over. I don't care about it anymore. Instead, once this game is over, why don't I head down to Angel Mort and get all you can eat of gothic Lolitas decorated with western dolls and frills and ribbons. Ribbons! Tonight will be the greatest feast I've ever known. Lolitas, all you can eat. Thud. Despite this being in the bathroom, Kamida-kun put his both hands on the floor. I was wrong. What's wrong, Kamida-kun? If you have something to say, then say it. This is the first time I've met someone like you. Until now, I've always been thinking there was something wrong with me. I had to have fun secretly. What are you waiting for, you tiny man? I already said, admitting your perversion is what separates the boys from the men. You are a man entitled to pride. Now, reach out your hand and show me how great you really are. Come with me and accept that it is your world. Kamida-kun was crying tears of gratitude, unable to speak. It was the moment we exchanged the most zealous handshake the world has ever known. The handshake of the bond of our souls. Ardent, intense, tight, and steadfast. For a long time it remained that way. It was an enthusiastic handshake, as though we were two brothers separated at birth, embracing each other tightly as though it would give us back the time we had spent apart. It was the moment man would pass into the legend of eating so much during Angel Mort's all-you-can-eat dessert day that he was banned from the restaurant forevermore was born. Oh! Poor Kamida-kun! He'd eventually write in his biography that our meeting this day was fate, but none of that had anything to do with this. Then, until later. For now, just play the game the way I described it. Just that. I turned on my heel and made to leave the bathroom, but then Kamida-kun stopped me. Oh, wait! At least tell me your name! Who, me? My name is Keiichi Mayabara. No. Kind of didn't feel like using my real name. Anyway, maybe I should lie to him and use a code name. Just call me... K. K! K! Wait, was that actually an embarrassing name? I left the bathroom behind me at a quick pace, hiding my embarrassment. From what I heard later, I apparently looked quite gallant coming out like that. Like the light shining. Sadako to Keiichi-san, how did things go? Keiichi to Sadako. Negotiations successful. We settled on he and I getting an all-you-can-eat dessert at Angel Mort. Mion, no problem, right? 2 guests for Angel Mort's all-you-can-eat dessert. Roger that. I'll set it up.
I am actually quite interested in how you negotiated with him. They had a really fun talk about how delicious dessert is, probably. How?
Yes. That's exactly what happened. After that, the game started again. I entered the batter's box as a pinch hitter and place a Mion, but all the pieces were already in place. Boom! The straight pitch whipped by me like a bullet, true to its name. Camera people raised their voices in wonder and clicked their shutters. Sharp pitch as always. He's really going places this summer, isn't he? That golf club pinch hitter is standing straight up too. But isn't Kamada-kun look a little strange? It's like he's got a cold sweat. I patted my shoulders with my bat and sneered at him in a relaxed voice. What's wrong, Kamada-kun? Not feeling well today? I couldn't swing the bat at all because I was too busy laughing at it. Is that all you got? You little... Boom! The next pitch was the same incredible speed as before. It curved sharply and should have thrown off the batter's skill. But Keiichi didn't move at all. He just watched coolly. You didn't need any tricks on the straight pitch, Kamada-kun. Do people fall for those curves a lot? Batters around here, that is. Both the reporters and all the people watching noticed something was strange here. Was Oshima Kamada, the pitcher who conquered Koi-sen, losing the mental battle? The next straight pitch was incredible speed again, but it went a little wild. It was a ball. I snorted, not even bothering to get ready for it. But Kamada-kun, scared of going right down the middle? Everyone calls you the best. You never walk the batter. Shit. The abnormal, unexpected situation spread confusion to the reporters. What is he? What's this Keiji Marabata? How can he be so relaxed when faced with that supreme basketball? He's just bluffing. He knows he can't win. Komeda would never throw a ball that with an insincere guy that could hit. No, I don't think it's a bluff. They say that at a high level he can see right through others. Kameda is without a doubt one of the best, which just means he can see through that mysterious man's true value. A real business person looking guy took off his sunglasses and gazed upon Keiichi. Is this... could it be? The idiot pinch hitter who came in cheering them on with the golf club was actually a genius. I'm sure baseball's long since lost its charm from him. Now he's trying to switch over to golf. A genius slugger making a transfer into the golf world. What a tremendous loss for baseball. Stop the presses. We're changing up our sport column. Keiichi! Boom! Ball! Now it's a full count. The success of production was, of course, all being dramatized by Sadako. The big shots constantly had their eyes on Komeda. Komeda-kun, if you were to lose easily, they knew the match would have been fixed. Perhaps she wanted this little play of ours to create a mood where it wouldn't be strange for Komeda to lose, but Sadako, isn't this going too far?
Do your best now, Kate-san.
Today, this game, tomorrow, I love baseball. I don't want any scouts actually coming after me. I'm terrified of what would happen when the jig is up. Wait, I can't be making nervous faces right now. Ball! Get some balls. Have you gotten scared, Kameda-kun? I thought you were better than this. Maru-kun hung his head in feigned dejection. Kei-san, I did this all according to plan, right? Yeah. Well done, Kameda-kun. Keep going like this for the next batter. Let's wrap this up and then... Ha-ha! You get all you can eat! Grin. Komeda-kun and I exchanged evil smiles. For some reason, there were a lot of camera flashes right then. It seemed like our dear journalist friends took it as two worthy rivals smiling to acknowledge each other's strength. Ah! Shit! I trotted over the first place. The camera flashes continued almost to the point where they were annoying. When I got to the first place, one of the reporters came over for an interview. Marabata-kun! Do you plan on settling the score with Komeda-kun and Koi-sen? These things seem to always get too big for me. Maybe I should just be honest and confess that I'm not really into baseball. Koi-sen? I've never been interested in Japanese baseball. I'm sorry. Whoa! This man, right from the start, he was always aiming for the world! He might have become Japan's first ever big leaguer! What? Conversation is getting fantastically out of hand. Oh, I don't care anymore. That's like a guts pose for the camera in desperation.
Yes, Keiichi got a base, disciplined. Next, Sadako is at the bat. What will she do? What will she do? Alright then, time to get that walk-off home run and win it all.
Sadako stepped up to the plate, waving the bat around. Reporters couldn't hold back their laughter. Maybe it's because they had just seen his battle with me. Marlboro-kun finally got on base, and now it's all over. I see, so this is why Komedo-kun intentionally walked him. He didn't even fight it. He waited for the user opponent for the final out. But to afford a direct confrontation like that, you can't make light of him. That Keiichi Marabara.
Alright, come on now, Komedo-san!
You making fun of me? Who do you think I am anyway? My bar-san was one thing. Do you think I'll lose the likes of you? I know this girl steps at the back, she swung wildly and missed, striking out every time. It might sound rude, but however much Komeda holds back, I don't think he'll be able to hit a home run. I can hear the reporter declaring there was no way a comeback would happen. Wait, what? Sadako, she swung wildly and missed every time she stepped at their bat? Vroom! She swung after the sound had ended, completely mistiming it. I could hear disappointed voices coming from those rooting for Hinamizawa. It was only natural. Every single batter was struck out. If worse came to worse, no one would get a hit. And that's why it didn't sound strange when Komedo-kun said this. I can't take it seriously with someone like you. I'll give you a chance. I'll throw the next one slow and underhanded. Let you get a hit or two so you can go home and bag the mommy. Of course, there was reliance for part of the plot, too. From out of the corner of my eye, Komedo-kun gives me a look. Was that alright? Yeah. You did great. It looked very natural. Komeda, you did splendid. You're a splendid actor. No, compared to Kei-san, I'm nothing. Even that exchange is seen as heated and enthusiastic by the reporters. But Kei-san, however slowly I pitch, can this girl really hit it? Don't worry and throw the ball like we planned. I think I've got a good idea of how this will turn out. Our exchange over, Komeda-kun moved from set position into a pitching stance. Come then, throw your merciful pitch! I'll hit a huge home run off of it! She had stuck out every time she was at a bat. When I heard that, my vague ideas came from beliefs. And out of Komeda's hand came a slow, lazy pitch, as though they were playing catch. Normal people could probably be able to hit it, for Sadako, who had been striking out the whole time. Just when people started to think that way, the number of our club members had already realized Sadako's trap had begun. It was true. Striking out constantly today had been laying the groundwork for this moment. An act. All to make it feel like Komedo-kun's letting off the gas wasn't strange at all. Which means, in other words, a Sadako. Correct! Whoa! She got it! Look at it go!
I don't even need to run, do I?
The super huge home run Sadako hit disappeared over the roof of the school. The reporters lost their words at the sight. And then roars of applause! Patch, 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 patch! Despite this being what we anticipated, I can't help but stare in mute amazement at the gorgeous home run. Sadako strutted over to first base.
Come on, what are you doing, Kate-san? Second base is that way.
Sadako, you're really good at baseball. Sadako grinned, showing her fang-like canines in reply. I don't think of it, she played baseball a lot with Tomita-kun and the others during lunch, didn't she? The fact that they always invited her to play meant she was by no means bad at it. And you purposely struck out all those times. Since before Tomita-kun even got here? Geez, you really got something for every occasion.
I say this all the time, don't I not? I only have one trap. And then, when everything's about to come to a conclusion, it's enough that I don't even have to worry.
Damn it, that sounded kind of cool. Basically, she's just bragging about hitting the ball. But when Sadako did it, it looked so cool. We crossed home plate in order, me, then Sadako, and completely our walk-off home run. Our teammates welcomed us back with their blessings.
Well, ain't that just nice?
My Bana-san, that was amazing, totally cool. I never thought it would happen. Tomita-kun no Komura-kun pays me. How about that, Tomita-kun or Komura-kun? I turned things around just fine.
Nana thinks you were cool too. Good work.
Ha, it was nothing. I briskly clapped my hands against Rena's outstretched palm. The Sadako did brilliantly too. She gave us a spectacular ending. Who do you think I am? Man, can't underestimate her. Sadako Hojo.
Kate-chan was great too, winning Komedo over like that. He's a magician of duplicity.
Rika-chan, I don't even think that's a compliment. It's not, but you know it'll work.
But really, only Kate-san could have pulled off such a drastic move. I wouldn't have been able to do it myself. I would very much like you to teach me sometime.
If Sadako learned such displays of power, that's terrifying to even imagine. I'd prefer it if you didn't mimic me. After declaring the match over, the umpire came to us. Whoa, I never. You actually won. I'm shocked.
We said Sadako could hit it, didn't we? You didn't believe us at all.
The umpire scratched his head apologetically and apologized to Sadako, smiling dryly.
And Keiichi-kun was amazing too, wasn't he? Keiichi-kun is actually the most reliable person here.
Well, when I saw him come in with a golf club, I certainly had my doubts, but that breathtaking battle against Kamita-kun had me on the edge of my seat. Right, that breathtaking farce. I quirked a wry smile. Not even the Buddha would have realized that while everyone thought this was a fair match, Kamita-kun and I were thinking about our evil, dessert-violating ways. Oh, God, don't say it like that!
Excuse me, Coach. You remember your promise, do you not?
Yeah, this is... Guess I have no choice.
We did it! Keiichi-kun, this means we're having a barbecue meetup tomorrow!
Rena clapped her hands, and we all began to dance with joy. Kamita-kun and our other teammates were jumping up and down, too. What's this about? Barbecue meetup? Hey, wait, what on earth are you talking about?
We made a promise that if we won today's game, he'd treat us to a barbecue party with all kinds of high-class meats. It wasn't looking good for a while when Kamita-kun appeared, but thanks to Keiichi-san, we won the privilege.
I see. So that's what this is about. It's certainly not a game we could have lost.
Idie's big wallet will be so sad. So sad.
You're right about that, but I did make a promise.
When we eat, we do it without any mercy. We need to feed our growing bodies after all.
Alright, everyone. Tomorrow we dine like kings. Poor EDA. Yes, the fate of the game came down to one man's dessert fetish. Yay! All the members of the Hinamizawa fighters raised their fists high in the air and cheered. Rika-chan was paying the head of the Empire, who was smiling painfully at the off-kilter remarks. He gave her his head and looked like he was about to cry. Poor EDA-san. Looks like the price of victory would be pretty big. Oh, poor EDA-san. You beat me, but I have no choice since I promised. Guess I should go shopping for some meat.
Coach, get us some grade A beef like you promised. We won't forgive you buy nothing but vegetables to keep it cheap.
Boo-hoo. The umpire, whom they were calling Coach, grinned dryly, chest-fallen. Umpire? Coach? The uniform he was wearing had Hinamizawa fighters written on it. Oh, so he's not just the umpire, who's actually our team's coach. Mayabara-kun, is that alright? Can I call you that? Huh? Oh, yeah. This comeback wouldn't have happened were it not for you getting on base. Please, come to tomorrow's barbecue. No, besides that, would you please consider joining the team? If you were with us, we could dominate the whole prefecture.
Coach, let's leave that aside for now. You should be more worried about your wallet.
Despite the coach being an adult, everyone seemed to get along well with him. Coach, huh? Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm EDA, coach of the Hinamizawa fighters. He extended his hand to me. I firmly grasped it with my own in reply. I'm Marabara. Nice to meet you. Then the coach took his other hand and began to stroke mine softly. What smooth hands you have. Such a narrow gain, and you truly take good care of them. Ah, silky smooth. Hey, wait. I must strictly instruct our maids to take this good care of their skin as well, and punish the bad ones who don't. Maids? What are you talking about? Such velvety hands. I just want to put them to work. EDA! The coach's eyes were spellbound, and as his delusions floated through his very own original magical universe, he made a supremely satisfied smile. How do I put this? Who the hell is this guy? EDA! You look so flustered!
Our coach is a little strange, but he's really funny, you know?
I feel like you couldn't measure him by saying strange or funny. I really didn't think we'd get along. Snap! The other self in my mind was a ready retort for some reason.
Come on, settle down already. You're making Keiichi-san uncomfortable.
Silky smooth. The coach didn't try to take his hands off mine until Sadako hit him with a threefold wash bucket attack, causing him to faint. Oh, poor Irie-san. Irie, you okay down there? You alright, buddy? You okay? Irie. Irie-san. You doing alright down there? Whew. Oh man, it's the advanced scores! Let's do this! Gonna eat another sweetio. New Horizons with a picture of a goddamn strawberry shortcake. Oh man, there's EDA in his goddamn casual garb with goddamn sunglasses. It's a peaceful lunch break. Thud, clatter, splash! Whoa? What was that?
I just heard something really loud from the hallway. What was it? What was it?
We rushed into the hallway, and to our surprise, Coach was there with a water bucket overturned on his head. Coach, are you okay? Man, you sure got me. Hello, everyone. Coach greets us, cool and calm. What's going on, Coach? You don't come to school very much. Well, I do come here once a week as part of my job. I've been quiet here for a while, but I totally let my guard down.
Sadako-chan's little tricks always come when you least expect them. Will you be okay in those clothes?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just thinking of taking a nice bath, so this is actually cooling me off. You sure are calm, Coach. In fact, you never get mad. It really makes you come off as an adult. She was right. If I were Coach, I would have started running around with a bucket still in hand, looking for her. My adult way of not getting mad at his adult way of not getting mad at every little child's prank was admirable. Listen, my Bada-san, with things like this, changing your perspective just a little can make it either irritating or pleasant. It's all about how you react to it. If there's some secret trick to staying so calm after getting hit in the head with a bucket filled with water, then I'm begging you tell me. For example, let's say there was this old and traditional family dating back in the Meiji era. Okay. Let's say that they had many maids under their employ. Being a large house, of course, they have all kinds of maids, from the veteran ones who turned mean and didn't want to give up their jobs, to the new ones who are young and full of energy. See, can you imagine that? Yes. Ide-san, focus! Ide-san, focus! Yes. A space filled with dreamy maids in pink and peach adorned with frills and headbands, with Coach at their center, began to spread out before me. The newer maids, with all their youthful vitality, giving everything they have to please their master. And the older maids wouldn't allow that to happen. They find fault with everything they do, bullying them and tormenting them all day long. Look, there's still so much dust here. Oh, I'm so sorry. Do it over. Splash. A bucket falls upside down on the maid. She's soaking wet and she wants to cry, but she puts on a brave face. Ah, maids. Irie-san!
I'm getting but it sounds fun! Maybe then I should be a maid too!
Ah, geez, stop. You've even affected Rena. And you, Kei-chan! Don't get getting lost forever in Coach's world. Head down, fun. Not for this certain character trait, Ko would be a good person, too. Hi, Sadako. One Sadako Hojo-san sighted. I say, Sadako-san, what is this? And look at all this dust. I say, it's time for you to be punished.
What? No, no, no!
Ko put Sadako up and started giving her a spanking.
Sadako-chan, you're so cute!
Sadako can put traps together with such brilliant predictions and so straight, so she can't predict the very end, though.
Is it? I think Sadako-chan wanted this to happen. She wanted it.
Sadako wanted this outcome? What do you mean by that?
When she plays pranks on people like this, they always get mad and chase her around. Don't you think it's a form of communication?
Sounds like a terrible way to communicate. Don't people normally say hello to each other?
Okay, Takun, haven't you heard of it before? People who play lots of pranks are actually lonely and want people to pay attention to them.
Rena gave a cool smile and laughing abruptly, explained.
That's what I mean. If Sadako-chan plays a trick on someone, she wants them to get mad or laugh or chase her. It's kind of like a kitty biting you softly. Don't you think it's cute?
I mean, no, but okay. They will definitely be surprised right here and jump backwards. So I put it in this spot, it'll work for certain. Sadako, regaling us with her trapped philosophy, was improving the already brutal trap hell on the mountain. Frenna was right, and her traps were to get people's attention to her. And all these traps in this mountain were basically a crystallized form of those feelings. Along with Rika-chan, setting up trap after trap after trap in the mountains, always waiting for someone to fall into them. But nobody needed to come into this mountain in the first place. Without a doubt, she and Rika-chan had spent a lot of time imagining how victims caught in their traps would react. Sadako, separated from so long from her beloved Nini Satoshi. With her stubbornness, she never once said that she wanted him to come home. For all the traps sleeping on the mountain told me how Sadako really felt.
Kate-san, are you listening?
Oh, sorry about that. What did you say?
All you have to do is pound one nail into the tree trunk like this, and it's already a great trap. If you trip right there and smack your forehead into it, it would really hurt!
A human hammer pushing a nail into your forehead. Yeah, that sounds painful.
If someone is really, really evil, this trap could put them to death. I do look so forward to seeing what sort of villain gets caught by it.
Why do you keep glancing at me like that? Are you saying you want me to fall for it? I could get really badly hurt, you know. Maybe you shouldn't be using this trap.
Is that so? Well, it is true that I can't use traps without love behind them. Then I'll just move the nail here so that if the villain really reforms their behavior, they won't get caught by it.
Sadako immersed herself in the adjusting the nails position. Traps of love, huh? Maybe Coach was right. Just by reacting a little differently, everything changes. Now think of it, maybe you can feel humor and warmth even when Sadako traps get you.
All finished! Now it's absolutely perfect where it is. What do you think, Kate-san?
Yeah, it's perfect. I hope a villain comes along and gets caught by this trap.
No, of course it'd be better if it didn't happen.
It looked a little painful, but I considered coming here sometime and getting caught in it. Aww, that's sweet. That's nice. Keiichi, you're thinking of Sadako as a person. That's good. Good job, boy. Now we continue on to chapter 4. Alright then, I'm off.
Look out for cars. Be back before dinner time.
Today was the day of the barbecue party that was the Himizawa fighters' victory celebration. Of course, I, having prepared myself, skipped breakfast in order to stay hungry. Though, with all the club members coming, it was pretty possible there would be a contest based on how fast or how much you could eat.
Here's Rena!
Rena was already at our usual place. Mion arrived a few minutes later. Great! Let's get going! This old man skipped breakfast and is starving to death. I expected nothing less. I, too, went without breakfast and am now in top physical condition.
Wow, you two skipping breakfast is bad for your health!
That's true. It is. Don't skip breakfast. Eat your food. The only reason you should skip breakfast is literally because you slept. Like me. I usually don't eat breakfast.
Rena, make sure to eat something!
Yeah, you're great, Rena. Breakfast is an important part of the day. I'm sure you'll suppress that unhealthy meal and get yourself a nice springy body and get all over the dirty magazines.
Oh, the dirty magazines. If I get a nice body, then maybe a prince on a white horse will come for Rena too.
Definitely not happening. If you won't take responsibility for them, Kei-chan, then don't give Rena any silly ideas. She might start eating breakfast 3 times a day starting tomorrow. Yeah, I could see Rena doing that. Wait, who did this gluttonous princess think was going to come for her? Well, anyway, we're all nice and hungry. Let's go and treat ourselves to a big barbecue party.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Yay! The venue for said barbecue would be the Fude Shrine Grounds where Rika-chan lived. They held events and festivals there, and barbecues too. It was the place that held all sorts of ceremonies in Hinamizawa. To think of it, there was supposed to be a big village festival coming up, wasn't there? Watanagashi or something? The scenery you could see from that high up was fairly superb. The calm atmosphere in particular, the shrines was something fairly difficult to find in the city. We left our bicycles at the bottom of the shrine steps and broke into a mad dash up the stairs. Yo, what up? We arrived at the shrine grounds. The Hinamizawa fighters and their fathers had already gathered and began setting up for the barbecue early. Of course, Sadako and Rika-chan were there as well. When they noticed our arrival, they waved to us.
Oh, so you managed not to forget about this. Curses, if you all hadn't come, then it would have been much more meat for me. How truly disappointing it is.
You underestimate us, Sadako. Now that we've arrived, you don't think we'll be able to have even one bite of that fabulous marbled beef, do you? Remember when we ate our bento here? You and I had a fatal difference in reach. I'll be overwhelming you once again.
What? I can't allow that to happen by any means!
Cry and shout all you want, she'll just be watching us fill our mouths with beef. Don't worry, though. We'll give the peppers and onions to you.
I'll give Sadako lots and lots of grilled squash, too.
When Sadako heard the word squash, her expression changed color. When she took my overwhelming reach into account, she knew it wasn't just a threat, it could actually happen. I'll go tell the coach. I'll tell him you really love squash. If that's for you, I bet he'll get a whole mountain of specialty squash from all over Japan. Wow, good for you, Sadako. You'll have your pick with the squash. You can have the squash from dawn till dusk, 3 meals a day.
Rena, everyone's bullying me!
Oh no. Sadako, you bitch, don't do it! Sadako tried to leap into Rena's chest. Oh no, clearly giving another second, Rena's mock speed punches would have us piled on the ground. So just before Sadako hit Rena, I grabbed her by the nape of her neck and pulled her back. You bitch! Superb reaction with only a few seconds foresight. At least it was supposed to be. But for Rena, when I caught the leaping, crying Sadako, it looked like I was keeping her for myself. Oh! Bam, bam, boom!
Oh, no, Coach-kun. This is Rena's, so kitty. I'm taking her home. Listen.
Beat up me on San Enrico like that, too. Whoa, hold on there. Ah! Ooh. Okay, now where could Rika be? There she is. Rena-san, over there.
Just wait, Sadako-chan, I'll take care of her right away. Then I'll bring you straight home. Beep, beep. Sadako, you're mean. Oh, Rika-chan's so cute too. How I'm going to take her home.
Rika, it serves you right. Sadako laughed in a shrill voice at Rika-chan and Rena's unproductive game of tag while we watched them sprawl down on the ground. Are you alright, Maibara-san? Sonozaki-san? The coach came over and lent us a hand. Yeah, just how we communicate, that's all. Don't mind us. The way you communicate ends up lying with bruises on my face. I don't want any more to do with it. You never learn, do you? Laughed the coach loudly. It made us start to laugh too. Sadako's laughter, Rika-chan's yelling, Rena's strange voice was kind of comfortable to hear. The adults here knew what they were doing, so the barbecue was ready in short order. As the salad oil dripped down the plate with a hiss, there was a loud cheer. When the coach brought over a big plate with all the meat on it, we all cheered again. Meat!
Wow, this meat looks amazing. Coach, you really did splurge on it.
I did make a promise. Can you tell how much of all of this weighs? It really did cost me a lot.
Of course it did. Third-rate meat wouldn't be enough to reward for everything I did yesterday. Yeah, Sadako-chan definitely is the guest of honor today.
Yeah, Sadako was the one who hit the fastest home run after all. She might have caught the guy off guard, but that arc flew was long and true.
Sadako is pretty athletic.
Not bad at all. She's probably one of the best of our generation. She doesn't fall behind in physical ability even compared to me. Says the lady who almost broke her arm. She's probably fractured.
Well, maybe Sadako-chan has a big future in the world of sports. Stop singing my praises, you're making me blush. Munch, munch. Munchu, munchu.
Sadako, for whom the expressive praise made her not notice the moderately grilled meat being stolen one after the other, was just far too cute. Maibara-san! This is heavy! Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun were carrying something over to us. It was a huge barbecue plate. Whoa! The barbecue protagonists have arrived! The plate was chock full of skewers and vegetables with meat on them. Grilled, burning hot meat juice made a swish noise as they drizzled off. Oh, we need a lot of heat for cooking something on meat skewers, so they had it grilling the whole plate out all the while. Yep, can't have a barbecue without some of these. You can say that again. I'll help you out, so let's get it over here. Up we go!
Wow, look! It's amazing!
Everyone greeted us with a cheer. Manchu, 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 manchu. Each person received a skewer with vegetables and big pieces of meat on it. They also received paper cups filled to the brim with juice. In my right hand were pounds of piping hot barbecue. In my left was a cup of juice that I could chug down. If this didn't make you want to dance, you weren't a man! Dance, dance, dance. I can't hold back any longer! I'm gobbling it down! Gobble, gobble, gobble. Not just yet, K-chan. Got a little ceremony first. Can I have your attention, everyone? The coach, with a cup of beer in his hand, mounted the nearby beer cooler. This is supposed to be a victory celebration, after all. We need an opening statement. Damn, I hope it ends soon. For every second this goes on, a little more of the food's freshness goes away. Ah! Sadako stomped down on the back of my foot.
My word, men your age are so greedy. Can you not wait a little more elegantly?
Is everything I'm thinking really showing on my face? Okay, is everyone listening? We won a huge game yesterday. Had come to a hard battle after that amazing pitcher came in. But thanks to the equally reliable saviors at our side, we scored a beautiful turnaround victory.
Pachi, 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 pachi.
Both my hands were full, so the adults and the older brothers gave us a round of applause. This is to celebrate that victory. As promised, I got a ton of delicious meat for everyone. Eat as much as you want and use that energy on our next game. Then, after a few words of thanks to the fathers and brothers who helped with the barbecue, he led up in a toast. Kanpai! They said that when toasting, you would normally down the contents of your cup. But we were young, and at the toast, all of us immediately began to dig into our skewers. After that, it got really lively, with everyone congratulating one another for things they did during the game, like how someone made a great catch, or how awesome someone looked while stealing a base. Of course, they congratulated me too, the savior who appeared to fight against the Kosan pitcher. No, even what I did was all thanks to Sadako. Sadako did have a plan, but you're the only one who could have won over Komita like you did. Kate-chan, you did more than enough to deserve praise.
By the way, Kate-kun, you went to eat cake with Komita-kun after that, didn't you? You look like you were best friends.
The seeds of friendship sprouted between male rivals, something like that.
That's sort of... well, it's...
I violently brushed through Rena's hair as she turned red in the face of some reason at the mention of friendship between males, dispersing her pleasant-seeming ideas. Now then, where's the hero, or rather the heroine, Sadako? Oh, there she is. Sadako was with Rika-chan in the middle of bragging her heart out about the home run yesterday. And her teammates spared no compliment for her. Since even though he was going easy on her, the fact that she hit a throw from a Koshan pitcher was something else. Sadako was more lachrymose than usual. Seems she was in a great mood. She was flying so high I thought for a moment about getting a word in to tease her. But she was leading actress today, so I decided not to bully her at all. As I watched Sadako going at things as lively as usual in the sun, it struck me that it didn't quite line up with the pleasant times I spent with her. But both of these were the real Sadako. I didn't care which it was, her smiling happily or having a big, lively fuss like this, just as long as she kept smiling like this forever. She looks like she's having fun. Quite a lot of it. Coach had approached me from behind before I realized it. As he gazed at Sadako from afar, like I had been doing, he addressed me. So I could tell he was talking about her. Doesn't it just cleanse your soul to see Sadako-chan smiling? He smiled, refreshed, searching for confirmation. I felt a little embarrassed to admit it, so against my better judgment I played it off. Really? I don't think her smile could cleanse so much as a plate. I'm sure Sadako-chan would be mad if she heard that, but that part of her is very cute too. Leaving her cuteness aside, I could understand him thinking Sadako getting angry for being teased would be funny. Mr. EDA, was it? That's right. Everyone else calls me Coach, though. I'll be very happy if you called me Coach as well, my Maibara-san. As he said that, Coach EDA smiled, blushing a little. Coach, you seem to like Sadako a lot. I didn't have any regular basis of saying that, it was just what I felt to be true. Yes, I do like her. I love her, in fact. When she gets older, I think of asking her to marry me. What? This guy really says some insane stuff, doesn't he? After being astonished by this, I hurriedly put my mind back in order. I'd heard that this coach guy was the kind of person who said crazy things out of nowhere. According to Mion, if I took everything he said seriously, I physically wouldn't be able to take it. If I was able to ignore that part of him, he seemed like he was a really funny guy. Maibara-san, did that surprise you? Could it be you're going after Sadako-chan yourself? That would bother me then. I've been going after her for decades now, you know? Coach, Sadako hasn't even been alive for much more than a decade. Coach gave a dry grin and laughed. Is this how I should be doing it? I must somehow master the art of responding to this coach guy. After that, I received many words of praise for my actions, almost too many. As that conversation was happening, leaving aside the controversial statements this coach person would spout suddenly, I learned that he was very composed, and not a bad guy by any stretch. Coach is weird. I think Sadako deserves more praise for that crazy home run she got. I honestly don't think she had it in her. Sadako-chan's older brother was more the quiet bookworm type. She probably inherited the exact opposite skill set. Her brother? Right, he meant Satoshi. The one who left Sadako and ran away to home. Sadako's Nini. Satoshi Hojo. Do you not know about him? Sadako-chan's older brother, I mean. His name is Satoshi Hojo-kun, and he played with the Hinamizawa fighters too. I wanted him to play a lot more, but then he transferred. Huh? I see. So he transferred. Yeah, maybe that was a little more considerate than saying he ran away. Now that he mentioned it, I think it was Rena. I think she said Satoshi transferred too. I didn't know the details of him having run away from home at the time, so I didn't pay much attention to it, but... Only her brother transferred? That's sort of unusual. Everyone was having fun far away, and their cheerful voices distant. The chorus of the cicadas separated us from them, giving me a sense of distance. At first I thought my own voice was too soft for even me to hear. For a really long time, Crouch didn't respond to my words, so at this point I began to wonder if I had said something I shouldn't have. Just when I began to feel impatient, Coach finally spoke. Something unfortunate happened. A few things, actually. After informing me what he was about to say was a secret, Coach began to talk a little at a time. It's been 3 years already. Right around this time of year, I think. Sadako-chan's parents were in an accident. An accident? Yes. At a public park they visited while on vacation, they fell from a viewing platform. It was supposed to be just a little time away from the house with the family. They went for a walk on a path through a nature park after it had rained. There was a little viewing platform that looked like it had a good view. That was the stage on which the tragedy was set. The metal fixtures in the viewing platform fence had been deteriorated from time, and with all the rain they had just gotten, they might have been loosened somewhat. Right before Sadako's eyes, both the fence and her parents fell. There was a river some 10 meters below. The water level was high due to the rain, and apparently very muddy. And her parents? Coach gave a thin but melancholic smile and touched his paper cup to his lips. Without saying anything, I knew how unfortunate this accident was, and how Sadako's parents had left on an eternal vacation. Then Sadako is... well... so focused on being careful with my words that I lost what I was going to say. Single word, orphaned. I knew how little consideration it showed, and how much it would hurt Sadako without having to say it out loud. Come to think of it, Sadako lived with Riko-chan. At least that's what I thought I heard from the others. Wait, Riko-chan, her father died of illness too, and her mother soon after. I feel like I heard she was living by herself. Yes, she's living with Furue-san right now. They've probably lived many discouraging days without any parents, but they've gotten along by helping each other. Going on living without the protection of parents. It's very difficult for kids that age, I think. Maibara-san, you can probably understand that as well. I only survived because I'm relying on my parents. So the only reply I could give was to nod. Furue-san is particularly beloved by the older people in the village. As long as she's here, she won't want for much. Come to think of it, you're right. Riko-chan kind of seems like the village mascot sometimes. I don't think she'd have a hard time living here. Riko-chan could go beep just once and get 2 or 3 croquettes from a vendor after all. I feel like if she was asked for help, everyone in the village would. But that only applies to Furue-san in particular. Sadako-chan doesn't have it the same way. Rika being spoiled was just an exception. Upon thinking about it normally, living on your own as a child should be fraught with difficulty. It wasn't then very difficult to imagine how much suffering Sadako had to go through just to live. It wasn't very difficult to imagine. Was I really thinking that? No, I was only thinking the words. I couldn't imagine it in the slightest. How was I supposed to imagine it when I saw that annoying smile of hers? There was no way I could. I found that she was living apart from her brother and just kind of vaguely thought it was rather unfortunate. I mean, Sadako was smiling so energetically every single day. Was I thinking that her smiling meant she wasn't hurt? That she didn't feel lonely? She found out my parents were coming home the other night. Sadako said, "The family sitting around a dinner table is the most fun way to enjoy a meal of all." Those words had a lot of weight now. I've seriously considered adopting her. Adoption? It's a secret. After warning me, Coach put his index finger to his lips. I've lived a really steady life all these years. I own property and I have credit, but marriage is the only thing I never got around to. By law, obviously a single individual can't adopt a child, so I can't make Sadako-chan my adopted daughter. What a shame. It didn't take long for my plan to get her to call me Papa to hit a setback. This guy spouts some crazy stuff. First, I was only half listening, but midway through I realized how rude that was. This coach person seriously only wished for this one girl Sadako to be happy. That was neither crazy nor was it nonsense. Just wanted her to be happy. Those were his true feelings. Sadako-chan's current lifestyle is probably not a very happy one, but, I want to make it easy for her. Even if it's only a little. Of course, I can't do much for her but share my leftover food and do errands that she's not strong enough to do. You're wrong. Sadako's happy. Huh? Coach showed surprise at my having declared that. There are so many people all around her that really want her to be happy. She can't possibly feel otherwise. He spoke with a serious expression quietly, but firmly all the same. It was my approval of his feelings, and my gratitude at Sadako's Nini. Thank you. Still, keep this a secret from Sadako-chan, okay? If she knew I wanted to adopt her, she'd probably get mad and call me a pervert for wanting her to call me Papa. I wonder. Sadako may be somewhat childish, but she still is able to empathize with people. She'd call him that. I knew it. As if my feeling had gotten across, Coach grinned, satisfied, and returned his gaze to the hustle and bustle before us. Her parents and her older brother. She lost her family, had no relatives, and was huddled up with Rika-chan, who was in the same situation. Satoko Hojo. It wouldn't be odd for her to look at her life with despair, but she didn't seem to feel that way. She lived energetically with a smile. I want her to keep smiling forever. It was a naive wish, and yet it was one that he couldn't help hoping for. So the words I spoke were the same. What a coincidence. I think the same way. You too, Maibara-kun. Then that makes us friends. Let's make a promise. A promise? It's a very simple one. Coach said this, giving me a grin. That we will never, ever make her cry. It was short and to the point. Yeah. I promise too. Coach nodded happily. We exchanged no more words after that. We just sat there comfortably, gazing at Sadako and everyone else having a good time. She certainly lost family, but there were people watching over her. How reassuring must that have been? Just hypothetically, if you did adopt Satoko, what would you do? It's a tough one. Coach gave a wry, happy smile, and exaggeratedly tilted his head in contemplation. Well, first, I would get her to call me master, and re-educate her in the ways of a maidservant. What? How does this guy always pick the craziest time to say the craziest things? Maibara-kun? I haven't said anything yet. What are you talking about? I heard it loud and clear! Oh, that's right. I clearly said I would put Sadako on a wooden bondage horse and make her my meat slave. Oh, that sounds nice. Sadako-chan on a wooden horse. Please, leave the item-using play for after she's acquired the proper knowledge. It'd be very dangerous to go in with the wrong idea. I get it. They do always write on labels only to use things for their intended purpose, after all. That's right! Kei-chan, you do understand. Then with that, it's time for... My hand shot out and grabbed Shion, smiling, waving, and about to leave by the nape of her neck. Hey, wait right there! Don't just show up out of nowhere and start saying crazy stuff. Speaking of saying crazy stuff, I thought the Sadako love talk you were having with the coach was pretty crazy too. I can perform a reenactment of the adoption bit. Want to see? Ah! You've been hiding ever since then? Ken-chan! You can never beat my sister. You're 100 years too early to challenge me. It was Shion Sonozaki, the younger of the Sonozaki twins. Though she hadn't a scrap of the reserved quality you'd expect from a little sister, she was a villain no better than her older sister Mion. We met the other day in town, and I dug myself into a hole when I mistook her for Mion. Unlike Mion, Shion said she was living in Okiyamiya, so I thought we'd never see each other again, but to think we actually would. My frankly displeased expression didn't change a bit either. This must be what people mean when they say something is like water off a duck's back. Shion-san, you came! I was disappointed because I thought you wouldn't make it. Well, I couldn't think of anything else to do, really. I figured I'd come and tease you all a little. Coach, why did you need to call Shion to our victory celebration? How did she contribute to our team's winning? Well, you see, I'm actually the manager of the Hinamizawa Fighters. The manager? No way, then why weren't you at the game yesterday? That's because I'm like a ghost manager. Ghost manager! She seems to think I'd forgive her if she stuck her tongue out and smiled. She wasn't sorry at all. The match wasn't nearly as pretty without you there. I wouldn't tell you to come to practices, but couldn't you at least come to games to root for us like you used to? I'll think about it. Maybe I will if Kei-chan joins the Hinamizawa Fighters. I can't get into a cheery mood when there's no good-looking guys on the team. Huh? Did Shion just smoothly say something absurd? Yes. Shion! You little... Where did you come? Where did you come from? Suddenly Mion came running over, latched onto my shoulders, and pulled me towards her.
It's me-chan's little sister. Hello, Shi-chan.
Hello, Rena-san. I'm honored you remembered my name. We only met once.
Not only that, thanks for remembering Rena's name, too.
Cut the stupid greetings! You're not allowed to solicit Kei-chan. He's the hope for our club. Don't pull him out and put him in the baseball like he's some kind of plant. Mion gave a low growl as she grappled my arm. She looked like a little girl desperately clinging to her toy.
Oh. Yep, Keiichi-kun is the star rookie of our club. We could never trade him away.
Rena's smile hid a nonchalant bloodthirst. She's blocking Shion's way, ready to unleash an ultimate attack if she got into 2 meters of me. I feel like this is going to turn into a bloody battle. That's too bad. We'll leave the negotiations for another time. You don't have the right to negotiate. Coach, why did you call Shion here too? She's a ghost member. She's been slacking off for the last year. I just thought it would be even more fun if Shion was here. Yep, it's definitely worked. This is what he planned for all along. Mission accomplished. EDA, you bastard! Hey! Kei-chan, come over here. We're all playing a game. With strings attached, of course. Of course.
See-chan, how about you? The rules are simple and it'll be fun.
Should I? I'll just win if I join in, after all. I don't want to ruin my sister's presidential image. Mion, now irritated, turned around with a glare. What is it, my sister? Should I join in to make this battle of the siblings? For your sake, I don't think we should. But if you want to... I won't let you play, Shion. We're leaving you out. Wow, Mion just avoided direct confrontation. It seemed like the twins were completely incompatible with each other.
You won't let her play? I was looking forward to seeing you two face off.
I hate Shion. I'm bad against her. The angry Mion dragged me away. Slide. Do your best. I'll be rooting for you. Go for it, Kei-chan. Yay! Shion waved her hands at us, reveling in the bliss of choosing Mion. Fucking Shion! This is why she is my favorite, because she is an absolute bitch sometimes. Alright, club activities had begun, which means I needed to clear my mind. What was today's battle? Today's punishment game? I'd take anything on.
Okay, Kate-san. You should prepare yourself. We're going all out today.
Great, bring it on! Sadako or not, I'll crush you all mercilessly.
Rena will profit from your battle and fish herself a win. Then I'll get all the mana rays first and ride them to victory. Oh, Pikachu is fly like a mana ray! I want to take you home!
today, so let's play something easy and simple. Today's game is... What is it? What is it? What is today's game? Don't leave me hanging, Mion! Everyone who lost the game dropped out and had to help clean up after the barbecue. Shion laughed more uproariously than anyone I'd ever heard when she saw my loser face. Okay, is my getting bombed out of the game really that funny? Man, oh man, Kid-chan's face! He was like, how can you still call yourselves human? Damn it, I had worked it all out when I bought up the scissors. If only Sadako-chan and Rika-chan hadn't betrayed me. It's going great. Well, we maintained a united front. Sadako had been quicker to betray me than I her. She's just a tiny bit better than me. I warned you about trusting Sadako. Tobita-kun and Okamoto-kun were unanimously wearing I told you so faces. Incidentally, those two were victims of Sadako's traps pretty early on as well. Damn. I was trying to do well enough to make up for you two. And once again for the showdown, it didn't matter. Maybe this meant I still couldn't match up to the other members yet. You were going to have the lowest ranked member of the club play a punishment game, weren't you? Shion remarked, as though forcing me to recall something I tried to forget even for a moment. Is that right? Come to think of it, Maibara-san, when you came up with the punishment game with the precedent, you looked really heated up. What on earth did you decide on? Earlier, Mion told me to get an ancient uniform ready. Does that have anything to do with it? He told me to get the biggest sizes I could find. Tomita-kun and Okamoto-kun were giving me these complex, indescribable looks, mixing empathy, pity, and the desire to see something scary all at once. All she could do now was laugh. Strangely enough, the more she laughed, the more I felt like it was actually funny. I lost! Oh, God. Keiichi-kun, oh, you're screwed. You need to drink some water. Switching between all these voices is just killer on my throat sometimes. Oh my. Maibara-san, what's the matter? You're smiling, crying, and howling. It's okay, he's just pretending not to like it. He can't hide his excitement at the opportunity to gain valuable experience using the punishment game as an excuse, right? Whoa! What do you mean, valuable experience? I held my head in agony, hands in agony. My state of mind could be summed up with a 3-letter word. It was... cry, sad. Coach gently put his hands on my shoulders. Was he comforting me? Maibara-san, in times when you must accept hardship, you should imagine that you're a domestic maid. See? Those sadistic things seem kinda fun now. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Red in the face and indulging in his imagination, still holding my shoulders, Coach said, "Oh, master," and started twirling around like a ballerina. I had to wonder what kind of word associations he had got going on in his head. At the very least, it was very much different than what was in mine. The first thing that comes to mind when I think of domestication certainly isn't maids. Tomita-kun, Okamoto-kun, your coach is pretty funny. I'm surprised he can even be a coach. Tomita-kun and Okamoto-kun exchanged glances and answered with dry smiles. Then they added that he was a really nice person most of the time, which is something you'd normally say about a person like that. The coach's questionable revolution slowed to a stop, and his expression returned to a clear, calm one, almost making what just happened seem like an illusion. He could switch gears way too fast. Then, let us start cleaning up. Maibara-san, you seem quite strong. Could you bring the plates over to the wash basins and clean them? Right, on it! I hoisted the dirty barbecue plates, each with slimy oil clinging to it, and looked for the wash basins. Ugh, these are heavy. Where are the wash basins? Over there? Figuring I should have made it there before my arms gave out, I headed out to it at a trot. A lot of the adults had been helping out. We were using the wash basins, so I gave up and looked for a different set. I asked them, and they told me there were more right by the assembly hall, too, so I decided to head that way. Rather than multiple basins, there was just one faucet there. I initially thought it would be too small to wash plates as big as these, but it'd probably be still faster than waiting for the faucet to open up back there. Turned the faucet in water much nicer looking then it gushed forth. I put a plate under the faucet and scrubbed it with my hand to try and rub it clean. It didn't go very well. Here you go, a sponge and a dish soap. You can't wash them with just water. It was Shion. She threw a brand new sponge in a container filled with cleaner to me. Oh, thanks.
You should have just put them by the basin and left it to the grown-ups.
You're always doing the right thing. I got the feeling that wasn't quite a compliment. I answered her with a forced smile. I was surprised to learn you're the manager for the Hinamizawa Fighters. I thought you didn't do stuff like that because it's too much of a bother.
Yes, it's quite a bother. That's why I've stopped showing up entirely.
Didn't Coach say he wanted you to come back? You should pay a visit once in a while.
If I feel like it, I guess.
Shion made it sound like the end of the world would happen if she felt like it.
No.
Whoops. I couldn't keep washing the dishes while preoccupied with conversation, so I decided to take my task seriously. Shion neither offered to help nor got in my way. She just quietly watched the water flowing from the faucet.
All right, I heard something.
You were the star player in yesterday's game, weren't you? Sadako hit the home run, so I think she was the real star player. I didn't know she had those kinds of reflexes. Surprised me.
She's totally different from Satoshi-kun. There's not much doubt that all the athletic ability in the family went to her.
Shion smiled as she spoke, her eyes looking somewhere far away, betraying her reminiscence. Satoshi-kun?
Satoku Hojo's older brother. You know, Satoshi Hojo-kun? Oh, right. You just moved here this year, didn't you, Kei-chan? You wouldn't have even ever met him.
I was a little surprised that Shion knew about Satoshi. Never met him, but I know a little. After their parents passed away, he transferred to a different school, right? I avoid saying that he ran away from home and used the slight more vague words that everyone else did.
Transferred? Who said anything like that?
I hadn't yet realized that Shion's tone had changed slightly. Well, I mean, who was it then? Yeah, I heard it from someone. That he transferred?
Who? Who said that? You said that because you asked someone, right?
What did I ask? I don't really remember. Even so, he transferred, so that's it, right? Not like there's a problem with it.
There is one. Doesn't that mean there's a record of his transfer to another school? And that someone saw it? Or heard about it?
According to that time, I not only noticed how awfully caught up in this Shion was, but also how startlingly dangerous her eyes had begun to look. Shion? What's up? You look really serious. With that, Shion seemed to realize the expression she was making. Took a deep breath, pretended to fix her hair, and went back to her composed expression from before.
I'm sorry, but Kei-chan, you don't know much about Satoshi-kun, so please don't say that he transferred or anything like that. I'm serious. Please.
I realized I must have said something I shouldn't have. But I wasn't immediately sure of what I should apologize for, so I just said one safe word for now. Sorry. I just sort of heard he transferred and believed it. Was it actually something else? It was, of course. Preceded by his parents, he had left his sister and run away. But I'd wanted to try and avoid using the words run away, so I pretended not to know. Upon seeing my flustered reply, Shion realized she was intimidating me and lowered her voice.
I'm sorry. I'm not blaming you for anything, Kei-chan. I was just being a little harsh. I apologize.
I didn't really mind. That was a fib. I mind immensely. I was actually a little scared, even. Was there something wrong with saying he ran away? Was there something sort of misunderstanding in saying that he transferred? And before I could ask, she turned on her heel to leave. Hey, Shion!
Right, good luck with those.
Looks like your plate is the last.
That's the last one you need to wash.
Her final remark reminded me of the dishes I had so easily forgotten about. So immersed in conversation were we that it got pretty late. I turned the faucet on again to get the water flowing faster. Whoosh! I violently scrubbed the plate. When I turned back around, Shion was no longer there. By the time I finished washing the plates, most of the other things had been cleaned up. The air had cooled off before I realized it, and as the heat was stuck with us all day dispersed, a nice breeze began to blow. Okay, everyone, can I have your attention? Coach got everyone together to make his closing remarks. And with that, another fun day drew to its close. In the end, Miyonge ended the game with a magnificent victory. Sadako and Rika-chan, who had labored so hard to betray me, had fallen into a huge trap afterwards, leaving them flustered about more than a few things. People who betray others would one day be betrayed themselves. Never been more true, huh? You're not the only one I want. You're not the one I want to hear that from, Kate-san!
Rena didn't fall for anyone's tricks. That's how I got second. Rena doesn't buy into lies very easily. She has a sharp wit.
I'm surprised. She seems like she would fall for the first lie to come her way. Funny you should say that, Kate-chan. You decided to prey upon others, and right away you became the prey instead. Make sure you don't fall for those dumb schemes that promise higher returns and more friends you rope in, okay? Yeah. I'll try harder. Even good friends will lay traps mercilessly and betray everyone's sight once they get into a serious enough game. But despite that, once it's all over, they can feel refreshed and laugh together. This sounds like it was Mario Party. I know it wasn't, but God, it sounds like Mario Party. It reminded me of how we all were such great friends. Anyways, I'm looking forward to Kate-san's punishment game. However, can you really implement such a thing? I would think the store manager would have things to say about it, no?
I wonder. Maybe Cage-kun will be really cute. I kinda wanna see. Oh. I am on the edge of my seat.
Rika!
I will trip him up and make him like the floor.
Rika! Don't give me on ideas! Oh, that'd be great. You bastards. All of you are assholes. Why couldn't I win now of all times? Everyone think I'll definitely win today, and then I'll make someone else play the punishment game. I lose! Do I not believe hard enough in victory?
The winner and the loser tastes like sweet honey. How sad. Pat. This is how you get stronger, Kate-kun.
Second, I'm adjusting. There we go.
It's like I'm looking at Michan from last year.
Michan last year? Wait, did she always lose and moan about it in the past? How very interesting. I didn't know our undefeated president, Mion, was once like that. No need to talk about that! Mion hastily covered on his mouth. Everyone watching burst out laughing. Finally, Rika-chan pulled on Satoko's sleeve.
Okay, we should be going soon.
Okay. Oh, yes! We must go shopping for dinner, mustn't we? I wanted to keep talking like this forever, but it was getting late. We split up with Satoko and Rika-chan and decided to get on our way home. Alright, bye! See you tomorrow at school! Everyone waved at each other and split up for the short time between now and tomorrow.
Okay, let's go.
We began walking down the tall staircase leading from the shrine grounds. I want to see a shrine someday. I want to pray at a proper shrine. If I can go on New Year's, that'd be cool. As the sun started to set, the afternoon heat began to disappear as though it were never there. Just listening to the chorus of the Higurashi was enough to make me forget about how hot it had been today. Come to think of it, it's still June, huh? We didn't have a rainy season at all this year. Like, all of a sudden it's just summer, you know? Now that I thought about it, she was right. It was June, the season of long rain, of hydrangeas and snails. Hydrangeas and snails? I suppose in Japan that's kind of normal, isn't it? Because they're right next to the sea. I hadn't seen a really rainy season since transferring here. According to the weather forecast, it's supposed to get a lot more rainy during the first part of the week. They were warning people about heavy showers. I hope it doesn't run into Tatarigoroshi.
That's right, the rainy season's supposed to be rainy. Anna likes all the rain in the rainy season.
What? So much rain just makes me depressed. Hey, Ketan! Huh? Ah! I was a little spaced out, so I was late in answering Mion. I was thinking back to my conversation with her sister. When I said that Satoshi transferred, Shion clearly got angry. She was mad at me for saying something so careless. I mean, it may have been a vague way of skirting around the fact that he ran away from home, but I don't think it was so bad that Shion would need to feel mad about it. I wasn't really satisfied with it. I felt like a child, completely ignorant of what he was being scolded for, so my thoughts spilled out of my mouth in a very direct fashion. Sadako had a brother, right? Named Satoshi, I think. What? soon as I said the name Satoshi, Rena and Mion both lost their relaxed, comfortable mood and made strange expressions. Should I have avoided talking about this? That's what they made me think. But I've already said it, so that's that. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested. What happened to Satoshi again? Did he move away? Such a transparent way of putting it, but in my desire to know everything, I feigned ignorance. Mion turned around and looked to Rena for assistance. Rena looked between us and quietly and softly spoke.
Wait, did we not tell you? He transferred out.
When I said those words to Shion, she got upset, so I answered her with the same words Shion had given me. Transferred? Who told you something like that?
Huh?
I'd only intended to borrow Shion's words, but I said it exactly the same way she had, right down to the thorns in my voice. When I realized what I had done, I immediately tried to soften my remark. If he really transferred, there'd be records of it at school and stuff, right? But is there actually anything like that? Mion and Rena, their eyes grew wide. They were at a loss for words. I started to feel like I was doing something really bad. I thought they were only hiding the fact that Sadako's older brother ran away out of consideration for her. I'm not trying to blame you for anything, okay? I just wanted to ask what happened to Satoshi, that's all. I wasn't trying to blame them. The fact that I had to remind them, even looking like I was tormenting them, was an impossible question. Maybe I actually was bullying them. Maybe I'd lashed out at them in a retaliation for Shion getting mad at me. This whole day has been so much fun, but now, why did I go and say something that made all that meaningless? I couldn't help but regret my own careless curiosity. That's enough. Let's shove it for now. I was about to say that, Mion spoke up. Well, it's not like we were hiding it or lying. I hope you understand. It's not like we were trying to do. Mion's tone conveyed her genuine awkwardness. It sounded like the excuse of a child who'd been presented the evidence of her own mischief. Satoshi, well, he didn't transfer schools, Mion said, resigning herself. But I felt bad for pushing her to say that, so it's okay, Mion. Let's stop talking about Satoshi. Sorry for teasing you. I wanted to apologize. But right before that...
He won't come back.
What? Unlike Mion's stammered reply, Rena was extremely clear and resolute. He won't come back. What?
He won't come back home, ever since that day.
He won't come back. That was a very strange way of putting it. Normally you would say that he hadn't come back yet. At least I thought you'd say it like Rena did if he wasn't capable of coming back. You wouldn't say it like that when talking about someone who ran away from home. What do you mean he won't come back? Where did Satoshi go?
Don't know.
Rena's word choice felt very cold to me. So cold I couldn't muster a response right away. Well, she's right. After that day, Satoshi hasn't returned home. Mion noticed the deadlock between us and hurried to follow up what Rena had said. That is, everyone in the village searched for him, and we even got the police to help us look. And well, they started thinking that maybe he ran away. They started thinking he maybe ran away? When running away from home, I thought you were supposed to leave a note or something. So when Satoshi ran away, he would probably have left some kind of letter apologizing to Sadako. That was just kind of what I figured. But from the way Mion was talking, it seemed a little different than just running away from home. The police did an investigation. Satoshi had been earning money at a part-time job, and had put some aside. And they learned that on the day he vanished, he withdrew it all. And then, at Nagoya Station or something, they spotted someone who looked a lot like Satoshi. He withdrew all his savings to fund his escape from home? Was that it? It seemed consistent enough for me, but before I could say anything...
I think that's a lie. Satoshi-kun didn't run away,
declared Rena shortly. Hey, wait, so if he didn't transfer schools, or move away, and he didn't run away from home, then what on earth... Stop it, Rena, Mion whispered to her. Rena, however, continued without interruption, and then she said this.
Because it was Otoshiro-sama's curse.
Huh? A curse? It took some time before I understood what Rena meant by that. Mion clicked her tongue and shook her head a little.
Satoshi talked to me before he disappeared. He said something was watching him, stalking him. They even followed him home. He told me that when he went to bed, they were standing there at his bedside, looking down at him.
Stop it, Rena.
It's a portent of Oshiro-sama's curse. There's no doubt. I think somewhere deep down, Satoshi-kun is probably thinking about abandoning Hinamizawa and running away. And Oshiro-sama wouldn't allow that. I said, stop it. Oshiro-sama is the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. He would never allow anyone to abandon Hinamizawa and run away. I apologize for it, but Satoshi-kun probably didn't. It must have been Oshiro-sama's curse. Oshiro-sama's curse? I didn't intend to repeat it, but the words came out of my mouth anyway. Oshiro-sama's curse. The police may have said he ran away, but I don't believe it. I won't believe it. Not ever. It's just a lie told by the self-important people in the village who don't want to admit it was the curse. And whether or not you believe in Oshiro-sama's curse, it's... Mion struck Rena in the head. And not in a joking way either. I told you to give it a rest, didn't I? Try to be nice, but you're pushing me to my limits. Pushing her to her limits. Actually, there was plenty of displeasure and anger in Mion's face at the moment. For a few moments after being hit, Rena looked astonished. Perhaps the voices of Higurashi calmed her frantic mind, because after a little while, she regained her original calm expression. We arrived at the place we always split up with Mion. No one said a word until we got there. The voices of Higurashi just tortured our ears with their buzzing. We'd always split up with Mion here, leaving just Rena and me. Hey, Kei-chan, didn't I promise to lend you some manga? Want to come over real quick? Huh? She promised that? However, I quickly realized it was a convenient way to saying she wanted to talk to me alone. Oh, I see. Okay, then Rena will go home.
Maybe she realized it. Maybe she didn't. Thankfully, Rena quickly said she'd go home before us. Bye, Rena. See you tomorrow.
Yep. See you tomorrow. Kate-kun, don't be too much of a bother now. It's already evening.
I'm just going to borrow a few books. See ya. Considering the fun day we had, it was a very insipid, lonely parting. Hey, don't worry too much about before. After a little while, Mion finally spoke. Quite some time had passed since splitting up with Rena. No, I'm not really... I think it was my fault anyway. We weren't trying to hide anything about Satoshi. It's just one of those things that we shouldn't mention, you know? At this point, I understood exactly what she meant by that. Judging by our odd interactions with Rena, I understood so well it hurt that I shouldn't ever talk about it again. Actually, if that's the case, then with Shion too. Now, this is a bigger problem. Talking about it in the first place had been indiscreet. I shouldn't have been interested in it at all. That's why I really had to think about it. About why everyone got so irritated. Idiot, stop this, Keiichi. By the way, by the time I tried to warn myself, I had accidentally spoken already. I won't ask ever again. So, could you tell me honestly, what on earth happened to Satoshi? He ran away, right? For a long time, Mion remained silent, but finally, unable to endure it any longer, she began to speak timidly. Have you ever heard about Oshiro-sama's curse? Just a little bit. Got the gist of it. I only overheard someone in class talking about it, though. Oshiro-sama was the name of the deity protecting Hinamizawa, and that they worship at the shrine that they had the barbecue at today. And a few years ago, when they started talking about flooding Hinamizawa as part of a dam project, one of the people working on site died or something. People blamed it on Oshiro-sama's curse. That's how it was. Satoshi's dead parents. They were proponents of the dam project. Huh? Wasn't everyone in the village against it? Why would they support the project if they lived here? The dam project that would flood the entirety of Hinamizawa. I heard the village all got together to fight the terrible project, but it was a little hard to believe that there were villagers who were supporting it. Well, there were a lot of stuff going on, but not everyone agreed to stand up to the dam proposal. Satoshi's parents were basically the leaders of those who were all for it. Leaders of the ones for it. Sadako and Satoshi's parents? Yeah. The government had gathered a lot of compensation money to exchange for the construction of the dam. There were plenty of people who agreed with the proposal because they wanted the money. Aside from a few households, Hinamizawa was in general not very affluent. Not because they were proud to inherit the lands of their ancestors. It wouldn't be strange for some people wanting enough money to start a new life. But even in that case, it would have been they would have had to hesitate to say so, given the situation. It just happened to be Sadako and Satoshi's parents who understood that and stood up to be their representative. By that standard, you might say Sadako and Satoshi's parents were very heroic. They volunteered to be hated, all to help those without much money who didn't have a voice. And then, Their parents had bad luck. They died in an accident on the day of the festival honoring Orishiro-sama, so people started to think that maybe it had been Orishiro-sama's curse. Thought back to what Coach told me today. They went to a nature park on a family outing and fell from a cliff. So people thought even Satoshi running away from the home was because of Orishiro-sama's curse. Well, yeah, basically. It's a bit of an evasive answer, but I felt it was wrong to ask any further, so I didn't press her for details. I don't think I need to explain this, but for Sadako, her parents' accident and Satoshi running away, and all the business about Orishiro-sama's curse, none of it's a very happy story, you know? Yeah, of course I knew. I could only nod slightly. That's why we're not mentioning anything about Sadako's family. Even if somebody asks about Satoshi, we just lie and say he transferred schools. You can understand why, right? They wanted to protect Sadako's happiness, her smile. As someone who thought that way once, even for a short time, I really did regret having been imprudent enough to broach the topic to begin with. Yeah, I get it. I'm sorry I asked something so careless. She heard that, Mion smiled, seeming a little relieved. With that understanding, thinking that I should get going, I began to make my way home. I could really have stopped by Mion's house, but it was already late. I stopped by again another time I had the chance. Bye then, Mion. Sorry about today. See you tomorrow. Yeah. Goodbye. We waved to each other. Then, suddenly remembering something, Mion called out to me. Kei-chan! One more thing. Not only around Sadako, could you please be quiet about Satoshi with Rena, too? Huh? I think you realized earlier, but for some reason, when it comes to Orishiro-sama's curse, she gets extremely serious. Ever since she transferred here. Yeah, judging by how Rena was acting earlier, clearly it was no laughing matter to her. Mion had interrupted the conversation for us. But if Mion hadn't been here, what might have happened? Why would Rena be so serious about it? Not only Rena, either, but Shion too. I don't know. Rena's... Oh, this is a secret, okay? If you tell anyone, we're not friends anymore. Mion emphasized this as her expression clouded even further. I won't tell. What's this about Rena? She says she's been a victim of Orishiro-sama's curse before. Huh? It may sound mean, but I think it might be a bad case of a persecution complex, or some kind of wrong assumption. But she says so herself, so I believe her. If I poke fun at it, she gets pretty upset. Rena jokes around all the time, but she's very scary when she's mad. I get it. Don't talk about it in front of Rena, right? About Satoshi? Yeah. If possible, I think we shouldn't talk about that ever again. For her sake. And for Sadako's. For everyone else's, too. I must say, for your own sake, too, Kei-chan. With her silence, Mion made sure I knew that. Yeah. Okay. I got it. Thanks. Saying only that, she waved her hand and began walking away. I watched her go, a little dazed, and then started walking myself. Sadako's older brother, Satoshi. Had he ran away from home? Or had he been a victim of the curse and disappeared forever? Whichever the case, none of this was anything I should have asked about. Cooling air forced me into self-reflection. I wanted Sadako to smile, yet my curiosity easily defeated me, and I frivolously tried to step into the dark side of things in a joking way. It was shameful. I wanted today to be exactly like yesterday. I wanted tomorrow to be just as fun as today, too. So why did I go and do something like that? Yeah, we were having a blast at the baseball game yesterday. Today we had a blast at the big barbecue party, too. That was a lot of fun. But then I went and almost nullified all those fun times. I would have to be more careful starting tomorrow. I would put all this unpleasant stuff behind me forever. Like hell I'm going to let my enjoyable life end because of how careless I was today. But the more I thought about that, I'd become more careful starting tomorrow. The more I couldn't get rid of that ominous thought that I already put an end to those enjoyable days with what I'd just done. Hey, wait. Calm down, Keiichi Maibara. The gears of destiny are freaking gigantic, aren't they? What happened just now is trivial. It doesn't make any sense to think my life would be totally different starting tomorrow. But even though I understood it logically, the mist in my heart wasn't going to fade. Until tomorrow turned out to be as fun as today. I'm acting weird. Thinking a little too much about that conversation. I wish tomorrow would come already. I wanted it to make it understand how absurd my insignificant doubts really were. The night was long. I believe that's the end of this chapter. And that'll be the end of the stream tonight. It went a little longer than... It went 2 hours. Still pretty long, though. Yeah! And I'll read the tips tomorrow, because, yeah, this stream went a little longer than I intended it to. Mystery meat! Oh, no. That's the achievement I just got. So all of you have a wonderful rest of your night. May the cicadas lull you to sleep.